Mm. Hello, Leo. You have reached my channel, Cosmic Vibrations. My name is Ara. I'm starting to get the hang of introducing myself. I never did that before. I'm weird. I feel weird about announcing my name. I don't know why. Okay, this is going to be a love and relationship reading for Leo people that are in relationships. If you're a single Leo person, and you're dabbling with dating or you have a crush, but you're not necessarily in a relationship, you're definitely going to want to check out the singles reading, which was before this one. It's already on there. But this is for Leo people that where you consider yourself to be in a relationship with someone or you have a partner of some kind. So, because the first week of August 2019 has already happened, I'm going to do the last 3 weeks of August and the first week of September. This is the fourth computer I have gone through in 2.5 months. And I've had Mercury retrograde aside. Before Mercury went retrograde, I've been having major tech issues for months now. But I actually have a wonderful aunt who is giving me a new laptop for my belated birthday present. My birthday was on August 3rd. And so hopefully with this new computer, when it comes, things will be a lot better on here with things like buffering and sound issues. And maybe someday I'll get prosperous enough to be able to afford my own signal. So for now, because of the sound issues and the buffering, I'm just going to focus the camera on the actual cards instead of my face. And so, of course, this is for Leo rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, for love and relationships. And let me get started. I figure this way the camera has less to try to focus on that's moving, so maybe it might enable you to be able to see the cards better. I'm using the Spiral Tarot for your basic layout, and then I'm going to be using the White Rabbit Lenormand cards for your clarifiers. I found them on Etsy. There's a woman there that comes out with different decks, and I think her Etsy site is called White Rabbit Oracle Cards. I really liked her work. So, okay, this is for Leo rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, for the rest of August and the first week of September concerning their relationship. How are they doing with love and relationships? And we'll just see what comes out. This reading may or may not resonate for you. It really just depends. You should definitely follow your own intuition on how you, whether or not this makes sense for you or not. Okay. Let's find out what these babies are. And I'll show them to you head on too. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Ooh. The Magician. The Five of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles. The Five of Swords. The King of Wands. This is your court card. This is the Leo court card, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman. The Princess, or otherwise known as the Page of Pentacles. And the Queen of Cups. Interesting. Okay. I'll put these aside for now. And because this is going to be for the second week of August 2019, because the Five of Swords is in here, I'm just going to pick the clarifiers now and try to narrow this down. This could be a lot of different things. Let's see what's going on with this Five of Swords here. What's going on with this Five of Swords, please? Okay, I need more information than that. I want to know more about this person. Okay, I want to pick one to go with the Magician then. Oh my gosh, how the hell? I'm sorry, pardon me for cursing. What in the world? How am I going to word this? Okay. For the second week of August, for you Leos that are in relationships, I'm going to try to make sense out of this. You have the Magician with the tree and the lilies. I could read this in so many different ways, but I'm sorry, I'm going to have to be blunt here. I am a Sag rising after all. I just have to spit. One of the things that came through in a specific way is that if this relationship is going to continue and to continue with its longevity, if you've been in a relationship for a while, there has to be more intimacy. I'm trying to be polite with my words here. In other words, sex, sex. You need more sex, or either that or the relationship has just become about that and that alone, where something to do with the long-standing quality or the roots, steady roots of the tree of your relationship depends upon you guys being more on the same page with empowering each other, having either more than just intimacy, as in physical intimacy, as in common spiritual goals, common beliefs, a similar way of how you want to see your lives continue in the future, what your long-term goals are, your long-term spiritual goals, or to have more of a deep soul connection with your relationship. For some of you, I'm getting that it has become mainly more about the everyday things or the ordinary things or about physical intimacy, and that's the only thing that's holding the relationship together at this point. And for some of you, it may be that you need more physical intimacy in the relationship, and you may feel as though the two of you are on different paths, or the two of you have totally different goals from each other. The reason why I'm saying that is because some of you may want to, sorry to interrupt, some of you may want to take the relationship further and solidify it, as in we are together and this isn't just about physical intimacy or us two being independent all the time and just getting together to reconnect physically. It seems like a bunch of you want more than this for the relationship, or you want the relationship to feel as though it's going to last or can become something other than, or continue to become something and to expand into something that is creative and long lasting. For some of you, it may be the opposite. You may be with someone where you just have a physical connection with them and there may be some feelings involved, but you're not really sure if this is the kind of person or the person that you can foresee yourself being with for a very long time. And some of the reasons on why these are coming out like that is because on the bottom, you have the Five of Swords with the cross and the key. I'm going to try to make sense out of this for you. Some of you, if you've been in this relationship for a while, may have argued quite a bit or had quite a bit of fighting, arguing, differences of opinion, trouble reconciling certain differences that the two of you have between you. It could be that your partner is a little bit too cruel with words at times, or a little too sarcastic, or has something going on with power and control issues, or you could be with someone who is quite selfish. You know, I'm saying could or may. There's always potentials with these, so you'll know whether this resonates with you or not. I'm going to read it in other ways too. It could be that for some of you, your spiritual needs or your soul deep emotional needs have not been met by this relationship. And so you're starting to get irritable, or you're starting to get, pardon me for being blunt, either you're starting to become an asshole, or you're starting to be way too bitchy. And it's because some inner part of you is not feeling satisfied, but some of you may be taking this out on your partner. Or some of your partners may be taking this dissatisfaction out on you by being unnecessarily cruel with words or irritable or just hard to get along with. And I'm getting a deeper thing from this. It's not, no relationship is perfect. All relationships are going to have certain things about them that are easy, or certain things about them that are pleasant, and other things that are just not so pleasant. Everyone in any long-term relationship is going to encounter differences of opinion, or differences in goals, or differences that you have to work your way through if it's going to last. But I'm getting here that the differences go kind of deep. One of you may be more superficial. One of you may need more of a deep soul connection, or feel as though your spiritual beliefs are not understood by your partner, or your partner feels this way. Or some of you may have been putting up with certain things in a relationship that make you feel as if it's a cross you have to bear. And you have had to find a lot of spiritual strength within yourself in order to withstand this relationship. Or sorry to have to put this way, one of you may have been through things in your childhood or when you were younger that were quite traumatic. And this has been a cross you have had to bear in relationships, in trying to unlock a locked door into fully being able to be yourself in a relationship because of the things that you have had to go through. Or you may feel misunderstood by your partner on a very deep level where they just don't get you, or you feel as though you just are not in touch with each other anymore. But I am getting that a lot of you are hoping that this can be overcome, or hoping that this can be transformed, and that something can happen in the relationship where you can become much more in tune with each other than you have been because of this key in here. But below these, there's the man and the sun. It could be that there's a Leo who is a male who's watching this, where you actually are coming from a really good place and you want to make this work. But for whatever reasons, it seems as though your partner is going through some really deep-seated, it's hard to put into words. It's like a spiritual equivalent to a midlife crisis. where they're trying to figure their own soul out, or they're trying to figure out what they actually really want. And so you're trying to be as supportive as you possibly can, as uplifting as you possibly can, and to maintain the energetic stability in the relationship so that they can go through this process. But it may be wearing down on you a little bit. And this could also be flipped, where for some of you, your partner is a man. And it looks as if they may not even really be aware of what the heck you're really going through. They may be completely oblivious and think that your relationship is just fine, when obviously there are certain things in here that are not fine for you that you have to work out. Some of it may not be coming from the relationship. It may be welling up from deep within yourself. You may need to take some time out from the relationship, maybe a short vacation or a trip, or do something different to kind of get in touch with why you feel this way. It could be that for some of you, you may actually have feelings for somebody outside of the relationship. Or it may be that your partner feels threatened by people outside of the relationship, or vice versa. So anyway, that was the second week of August. Now let's look at the third week of August. You have the Five of Pentacles over the King of Wands, which is your court card. So I'm reading the King of Wands as being you Leos. Yeah, I'm sensing something about carrying a burden that perhaps other people may not be aware of, or feeling like you're not getting what you need. So let me pick some clarifiers to go with these two before I get into it. See them. I want to know about this Five of Pentacles. Can you tell me a little bit more? Okay. And King of Wands. Okay. This seems very Leo to me. It is your season. Happy birthday if I didn't already do that, if you happen to be a sun sign Leo. Okay, so you have the Five of Pentacles, which is feeling left out in the cold, not getting what you need. And I even get a feeling of emotional burden with this, which makes sense with the clarifiers. So you have the Garden. So I'm getting either you or your partner is feeling left out in social situations. Maybe one of you is more extroverted than the other is more of an introvert. If that's the case, it may be that you want to go out and go have fun with your partner, but your partner, for whatever reasons, feels as though they can't, or they're afraid to, or they have social anxiety, or they'd prefer to stay at home. Or it may even be that for some of you, you may be going out a lot and your partner may be feeling left out, as if they don't get invited by you to go with them to these places. Something about social events is causing anxiety, which is, I'm reading as the Bear here. This seems like a very anxious card to me right now. There's something, I don't know, I'm getting, for some of you, you may feel either, these situations can be flipped either way, whichever one makes more sense for you. I'm getting one of you is more extroverted than the other one is more introverted. One of you may be more social than the other. One of you may want to stay more at home than the other. Or something about going out together into social situations brings some anxiety here. And it may be that, I don't know, maybe you feel as though you can't really truly be yourself in front of your partner when you go out, or they may feel this way. Or you may be anxious that their attentions are elsewhere when you're out and about in social situations, or their focus is not on you as much as you would like. Maybe you're the type of person who likes public displays of affection. You like your partner to have you sit on their lap, or you like kisses and hugs out in public where people know that you're together. Your partner might be the type where that type of thing makes them highly uncomfortable, and so you feel as though there's some part of you that is not being fed or not getting what it needs, or vice versa. Or it could be that one of you feels as though you cannot socialize the way that you would like to in front of your partner because possibly they get jealous, or they get unnecessarily jealous of you speaking with other people, or being your Leo self and shining your light and going out and having fun. Something about this they may feel threatened by, and so this is weighing on you. Or this could be flipped. Or it could be that you want to get out and socialize more with your partner, but for whatever reasons, the two of you have come across on difficult times with money. Maybe the money isn't flowing in as much as it usually does, or one of you is laid off, or you just don't have the money right now to be able to go out and have the kind of life, kind of socializing life that you would like. So underneath this one, this is you. I'm sorry, but this is you. And there's the stars. So, and with this, there's the ring. And so I'm getting, for some of you, you want a marriage proposal, or you want this relationship to go further and become something more solid than what it is now. Or you're thinking of proposing to your partner, or they're thinking of proposing to you. And if this didn't have to do with actual contractual marriage, this is more of an agreement that yes, you are together now, or you are partners now. And there's something in here with the stars where it may be that you are a bright shining light, and you are a Leo after all. Something about this, something about you expressing yourself exactly the way that you are, may make your partner feel a little bit threatened, or this could be vice versa. It could be that you're hoping that this relationship will become more fruitful than what it is now. Let me pull a remedy on how this could be resolved or how this could be worked out. This may, since this is just for a week, it may just be that something happens at a party you both go to. It brings some problems for a little bit, but you're able to work things out, and it actually makes both of you realize you mean more to each other than you thought. It could be something as simple as that. But let me see if there's a remedy on how this anxiety could be relieved. What is that? Okay, what is this about? Okay. Your remedy is love. Your remedy is to eliminate out of your being as much as possible things like worry, anxiety, things gnawing at you. If something really is bothering you that won't stop bothering you, hope and put it out there to the universe that you want clarification on whatever it is that is troubling you. It may be that something is just bothering you. You can't really figure out what it is. You just feel something is off. That's the mice here. But for those of you that are just needlessly worrying and anxious about imagined things that are going on, you need to cut that out with your scythe out of your being. You need to cut out worry, anxiety, and stress concerning niggling things going on in the relationship, or a niggling feeling that you have that you can't really figure out. Try to just clear that out as much as you possibly can and focus on the actual connection or on the love itself. If you focus more on being grateful for the love that you do have, it is more likely to put your energy into that love instead of into whatever it is that is bothering you. Well, there's somebody on there. Who or what do you think is the power behind tarot? Where do you think this knowledge comes from? Well, what I think personally is that tarot is just a tool, and really it's the reader. The reader is a conduit or an instrument for spirit to be able to go through. And spirit can be thought of as the Akashic records, the conduit or the vessel, who is the person that spirit is coming through the mouth out of. Tools like tarot or palmistry or stones or bones or scrying of any different kind is a way for the reader to narrow things through a funnel to be able to get details. Otherwise, you can, if you're not using a tool, you have to be a really clean vessel in order to hone in on details, because you can get overwhelmed or have a lot go through you. It's like yeah, I think you probably know what I'm talking about. And the knowledge comes from everywhere, because time in a way doesn't exist and all knowledge is in the ethers. But hopefully every reader or conduit or instrument calls in messages that are from a more positive, benevolent, greater vibration of love and healing, if that makes any sense at all. So it's not really the tarot. You know, I could sit here and I could receive things for you and just tell you what I say, but it does help to kind of have a tool to access details. And also, it's helpful for people that are coming to the conduit, because it gives them something to focus on. It's sometimes easier, I think, for people to think that it's coming from the cards than to think that it's coming from the person, or that it's coming through a person from the ethers. So, do you think it's possible that the spirit working through the tarot can be a demonic spirit? Anything, any tool can be used for good or evil. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't think that it's a spirit. I don't think that it's one spirit. I think that it is, for me anyway, it's the beneficial spirit speaking through me. That's what I choose to focus on. And when I have gotten negative spirits come through me through the cards, it's usually coming from somebody that's watching, or somebody who has come with a question. And I don't think that the tarot is demonic. I just think it's a tool that can be, just like anything, can be used for good or ill. It really just depends on who's using it and where they're coming from. A demon of divination, and then she lost her psychic powers. I think that there's all different kinds of spirits people can be in touch with. You know, I can't speak for anyone else. I can only speak for myself, and I'm choosing to be a conduit for this to help benefit or bring clarity to people. And that's because those are my intentions. Any negative or lower energy frequencies that might try to come through me won't be able to, because I won't allow it. So, okay, let's go on. Where was I? Let's see. Where was I? I think I said that all. So now we're going to look at the third week of August. You have the Three of Wands. Wait, is this? No, this is the final week of August. I'm sorry. This is for the last week of August. You have the Three of Wands over the Princess of Pentacles. So this looks as if this is a new venture or a new direction in the relationship. You guys might be going on a trip together or formulating plans and strategies on what you would like to manifest together in the future. As far as what are your goals? Do you want to have children? Do you want to have a long-term relationship? Do you want to stay together temporarily? What do you want? What are your common goals and dreams? And how can you best be on a better page with each other where you're working as a team? And I see lots of adventure. And some of you may actually have children. You may be going on a trip with your children or your child. Or you just feel like there's a nice renewal in the relationship where it seems as though the relationship, sorry, my cat, my kitty wants to come on the table for you, Leos. This looks like growth in the relationship or a better idea of what your mutual goals are and a sense of growth, or you're moving forward together, or you both may be expecting some kind of good news to come your way. So let's see what the clarifiers to go with that is. Okay. Wow, that is a lot of comments. Christian in the Bible, blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, I suggest to you that you turn to the Lord. Oh, gosh. You know what? If I believe that nobody should ever push their own spiritual beliefs onto someone else. That's my own personal belief. And pardon me for being blunt, but if you don't believe in the tarot, then why are you watching it? Why are you watching the tarot if you don't think that it's the right thing for you? And so, that's a really interesting thing, though, is maybe it would be fun to have philosophical conversations on these live videos that are separate from the readings, just to see what people really think or what people want to talk about. I always love conversations like that. But, whatever feels right for you, that's what you should be going towards. If tarot isn't your thing, you probably shouldn't be on here. Okay, so let's move on with this reading. Let's see. With the Three of Wands and the Princess of Pentacles. Nice. Ooh, some of you may be finding out you're having a baby, or maybe talking with your partner about having a baby, or starting a home together or moving in together. With this, it looks as if either one of you or the two of you are waiting for a positive response to something, either a letter, communications of some kind that looks as though it's taking some time to get to you or to the two of you, on whether or not you're going to move forward with some kind of a new home, a new venture, a new job, a new situation. This could be something that either one of you or the two of you have been striving for a long time. And it seems as though you're getting some kind of positive communications coming to the two of you that will enable you to be able to move forward with your plans that you have had. And beneath this, you have the Moon in with the Princess of Pentacles. This may be you guys discussing whether or not you want to have children together, or you may already have children together. in which case you're putting a lot of your creative energy into your children. If children aren't involved here at all, this could be a new home or a new living situation, or the two of you deciding to move in together. But either way, these four look very positive to me. This looks like really good news that will help the two of you to move forward and look forward to the future together. So that's the last week of August. Let's look at the first week of September. This is the Eight of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups. Work and home life. Home life and work. Goals about home life. Goal building a home, working on a home, working on nurturing the emotional connection in the relationship. Nurturing each other, working on nurturing each other. Working on being able to speak with each other about your emotions or how you feel. Balancing work and goals with nurturing. So let's see what the clarifiers are. Okay. Let's do Eight of Pentacles. And this Queen of Cups. I need more information about that, and I think I'm going to use this deck. What is this? Okay. That makes a lot more sense. All right. So, for the first week of September, you have the Eight of Pentacles with the crossroads. So it may be in the relationship, there's a crossroads when it comes to goals or what you're actually trying to manifest together, or something to do with work. Maybe one of you has had some kind of a work opportunity crop up, but it may involve having to relocate or switch direction. And somehow this may affect the relationship. Or it could be you're at a crossroads, or your partner is at a crossroads in the future on whether or not they're able to do this work on the relationship, or what needs to be worked on in the relationship in order for it to continue in the best possible way. I'm getting strategizing here, or trying to seek some clarity on what direction to go in concerning this. Or will you guys be able to walk down the same path together, or will you have to separate ways because of goals that are different as opposed to goals that are the same? But I am getting that for a lot of you, because the crossroads does remind me of Gemini, the twins, which rules the lovers in the tarot. Even though you're at a crossroads, it seems as though you truly love this person and they truly love you. And it does seem as though there's a very good potential here that both of you can do the work on the relationship to make sure that it is strong and you're able to move forward together in a similar direction as opposed to different directions. Down below this, I got something kind of specific. So you have the Queen of Cups. Somebody in the relationship, whether it's you or the other person, needs more emotional nurturing in the relationship, needs more reassurance or comfort. And the reason why is because with this, there was the snake and the mountain. And so specifically, I'm getting that either you or your partner has struggled with feelings of a sad kind of jealousy. It's like a jealousy that is really just a feeling of that they're not sure if they're the one that you really love or not, or they feel that the intimacy in the relationship is threatened, possibly by other, what's the word, attractions. It may not even be something as sinister as a third party thing or somebody's cheating on you or blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to be that at all. It seems to be a kind of insecurity that's caused by social situations, attractions outside of the relationship, or sexuality in general, which is the snake. The snake does not have to be considered a negative thing. It's also transmutation, sexuality, and divine sexuality as well. But there, with the mountain here, there's some kind of block here. It could be that there needs to be more emotional nurturing in the relationship instead of just the physical element of the relationship, or something is gnawing at somebody from earlier. And so you're trying to release this, though, and let go of this feeling so that you can truly move on in the relationship. Either that, or you're going to have to let go of it if you can't feel secure in it. You have to feel emotionally secure in this relationship in order to healthily be in it. And if you just can't feel emotionally secure, it may be that in the future you get to a point where you realize you have to choose at the crossroads. Do you keep this relationship or do you go? But it may be for some of you that there is some kind of a vibration that makes you feel threatened, in which case this person has every need, emotional nurturing and more loyalty and emotional nurturing in the relationship if you two are going to be together. And one of you or both of you need to make some effort in this direction. If this is one of those situations where you or your partner is simply just insecure and it has nothing to do with external things in the relationship, and it's just an internal insecurity of a threat, you need to receive some form of help. Maybe go to a counselor or go to a sister friend or somebody that you trust that you can talk about these feelings to that isn't your partner, where you could get some wise counsel, wise advice, or figure out the best way to tell your partner what your needs are. So if they truly love you and if they truly want to work on the relationship, then they will do the work that you need them to do, or they will show you the things that you need them to show, as long as they feel it. So I definitely feel a strong sense of healing with this, but it feels as though this has been hanging around, this feeling has been hanging around for a long time. And now is the chance, now is the time in the future to overcome these obstacles, transmute this sense of insecurity or pain or feeling undervalued that I'm getting, because it won't be able to continue the way that it has been. You have to change it if you're going to continue the relationship. The two of you have to do the work on this to make sure that things can heal and move forward. And you can do this. You have it in you to do this. It may be that you need to figure out the best way to talk about this with your partner, or for them to talk about this with you, where the emotions don't get so stirred up that it creates conflict, because I am getting that in the past there has been conflict over this. Let me see if I can pull a remedy for you on what you can focus on. I'm going to use these. What's a good remedy that they could focus on to help them through this, or help the two of them through this? The dog. Don't forget that you truly are loyal to each other and love each other. And you've come this far already. If you question your partner's loyalty to you, I don't see that they're disloyal. I feel that the two of you are very loyal to each other, or the issue at hand is about loyalty. But there is loyalty there. Focus on the loyalty. Focus on the connection that you do have and try not to let your fears or insecurities get the better of you. Let me see how you could strengthen this loyalty in the relationship. What can they do? You guys need to go on more trips together, have adventures together, go places together, do fun things together. I'm definitely get outside of the house or try something new or do something unexpected or out of the ordinary that can make you guys realize that you're on this path together. Okay, so hopefully that helped or made sense. I love you guys. I wish you all the best. Many blessings to you. And I'll see you soon for your general readings, right? Okay. Take care, fellow Leos.